Ladies and gentlemen, we are opening yet another debate within our conference. This time we shall open it with a short video presenting one of our major sponsors, that is the LOTOS company. Please play the video.
LOTOS to polska grupa kapitałowa, której działalność ma strategiczne znaczenie dla krajowego i europejskiego bezpieczeństwa energetycznego. LOTOS produkuje ropę naftową i gaz ziemny w Polsce, Norwegii i na Litwie. Należy do niego zlokalizowana w Gdańsku jedna z najnowocześniejszych rafinerii w Europie. LOTOS to także sieć 515 stacji paliw w całej Polsce. LOTOS chce wykorzystać swój potencjał i doświadczenie w dziedzinie wytwarzania wodoru, a także promować to zeroemisyjne paliwo przyszłości. W ramach projektu Green H2 spółka chce zbudować wielkoskalową instalację do produkcji zielonego wodoru. Koncern realizuje także projekt Pure H2, w ramach którego powstaną instalacja do oczyszczania i dystrybucji wodoru oraz 2 stacje tankowania tego paliwa w Gdańsku i w Warszawie. LOTOS w konsorcjum z Instytutem Energetyki oraz Akademią Górniczo-Hutniczą w Krakowie uruchomił projekt WETNI. Celem projektu jest opracowanie wysoce efektywnej instalacji produkcji czystego wodoru w oparciu o elektrolizery stałotlenkowe bazujące na nowych, bardziej ekologicznych materiałach i nie zawierające toksycznego kobaltu. Instalacja będzie zintegrowana z procesem rafineryjnym i zasilana energią elektryczną ze źródeł odnawialnych.
Thank you. It is our honor to be playing a host to Mr. Jarosław Wróbel, president of the LOTOS Group. We would like to ask you to present hydrogen-related projects of the LOTOS Group. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to be participating in today's conference. I would like to present to you briefly what LOTOS Group does in terms of hydrogen-related projects. The employees of the LOTOS Group over the last years have decided that in the decade to come, in the one that will last until 2030, that they would have to find an idea for the new life of the Gdańsk refinery. All the analysis sees are to the effect that what we are dealing with now, so this is something that we would be able to keep on performing at the current level for the next, let's say, 10 years, even not that. And then we would have to start facing the decrease of the demand on what we've been offering as the refinery. So one of the ideas for the future is certainly generation, storage, and distribution of hydrogen. For that reason, the concept was drafted in order to use the staff potential and location potential of the Gdańsk refinery facility, so as to turn it into the place of generating, storing, and distributing hydrogen for transportation, road transportation, railway transportation, and maritime transport as well. At the moment, we've been implementing the following projects that I have listed here on the chart. So it's the WETNI project, the project of using hydrogen in the public transport, the pure H2, green H2, as well as distributed hydrogen systems and IT biogas. As for the WETNI project, it has been discussed during the previous panels as well, probably. This is the one that is a typically R&D one in nature, mostly realized owing to the financing support from the National Center of Research and Development. The leading partners here are the AGH Academy from Krakow and the Institute of Power Engineering. But what we have been doing is implementing those solutions. We would wish them to be implemented so that until 2023, we can talk about an electrolyzer that is technologically of a Polish origin, and then it would be used for hydrogen generation. Now we are at a preliminary stage of the project. We've managed to sign an agreement with the National Center for Research and Development. The project was kicked off in late September. And we hope that in Jasło, in one of our refineries owned by the LOTOS Group, we will be able to implement this first Polish electrolyzer of the new type, so that we can really verify whether this solution would be an optimal and effective one from the point of view of our demand in the transformation process of the refinery industry into the generation, storage, and distribution center for hydrogen. Another project is the project of using hydrogen in public transport. But we treat this project in a particular manner because we are looking at it as presenting great chances as well as risks concerning particularly the distribution of hydrogen. We know very well that hydrogen as a fuel for transporting is not an easy one, given the issue of its effectiveness. The transportation, the road transportation of it until 100 something kilometers will pay off. Later on, we would have to think about railway transportation. Still different would be a solution meeting the demand of the maritime industry. So within this project, we would like to develop, first of all, places where hydrogen should be generated and where it should be distributed to the end consumers. But the major paradigm behind this project is to calculate the efficiency. Our assumption right from scratch in LOTOS, apart from purely research projects, is that all the other projects need to be justified economically. We wouldn't like to plunge into ideology-motivated or PR-motivated projects. We want to, and we carry out projects that are economically justified. For this reason, we put such a great emphasis in this project, first and foremost, on finding the optimal way of transporting hydrogen at large distances and what goes with it. Finding the right locations for hydrogen generation, for its unloading and loading, so simply for filling and unloading hydrogen containers. First of all, we would like to meet the most urgent needs, so that connected with public transportation. Some 15, 16 years ago, we launched CNG-related projects. Some of you might remember that. We started simply with the public transport. That is because this is driving force that from the point of view of the routes, of consumption, is easiest to optimize and also results in the most tangible environmental benefits for the agglomeration. But we've been also considering from the point of view of railway transportation, because again, we want to supply rail buses or fast urban trains with hydrogen, as we believe that this is the biggest challenge, and also maneuvering locomotives would be our target. Another project, well, actually a project that has been known for a few years now, but unfortunately until now it has had no luck to it. That's the Pure H2 project that we've finally, eventually, after many years of on trial, we managed to kick it off successfully. So as of today, we've selected the contractors that implement both the part concerning the pre-treatment of gray hydrogen until the parameters of communication hydrogen, that is 5 nines, and also in terms of creating a space for refilling battery vehicles and constructing 2 hydrogen HRSs on our stations without auxiliary equipment. One would be placed in Gdańsk, another one in Warsaw. We hope for them to be launched in 2023. As regards preparing the Gdańsk refinery, both in terms of the pre-treatment module for hydrogen and the issues concerning its loading or filling containers with it, this should be delivered in the first quarter of 2024. A flagship project concerning the scale of our involvement, the scale of the project itself, is the Green H2 project. It involves building the first system of around 100 megawatts. As regards the set of electrolyzers in the Gdańsk refinery, using PV, but what is more important, connected to the Polish electric power grid. And this is a project that we tried to obtain considerable financing for. There is around 80 to 85, or up to 80 million euro, but the entire value would be around 1 billion zlotys. So we certainly envisage that, well, this project would come to a completion around 2026. We're talking about the 100 megawatt electrolyzer, but the synchronization with the grid would be end of 26 to beginning of 27. What would be contrary to those local high power solutions would be a distributed hydrogen-based system. In our project, we talk about distributed hydrogen systems, calling them micro-hub H2. So here we would build generators using photovoltaics at the stations, at the fuel stations. Now, this project is the one that we are really hopeful about, because we would like to build an efficient network of hydrogen generation in the spots that are designed for hydrogen to be delivered directly to cars, to vehicles. And we expect that until the fourth quarter of 2023, we will have a full response and well-tested solutions that we will be able to apply as a result, benefiting from the economies of scales, particularly if we verify technologies that we would like to test within other hydrogen-related projects. And there is another project bringing the others together, might seem surprising to the LOTOS group. This is the IT biogas platform. This is an innovative auctioning platform for contracting the supplies of biogas, biomethane, and biohydrogen, and monitoring the stability of production processes of suppliers and sub-suppliers. Why have we decided to do that and complete this project in 2024? It's been kicked off in the current year. This is because we believe that this main margin and the main effect noted by big concerns, including entities like the LOTOS Group or a multi-energy concern, from the point of view of or will result from the skills of managing the entire system of distributed power from generation through storage to distribution to the final consumers. And this is where you'll have the center of the margin-based profit. So this is not something that is going to be located at the generation venue. The benefits will come from the ability to manage the entire link in correlation with meeting the demand and challenges such as the national index goal, the national reduction aims, and we expect that distributed hydrogen power engineering will keep developing, and those who are fit to manage it will be the winners. That can be done only relying on the economies of scale, which is available for big concerns only. And this is the place, this is the space to invite others to cooperate with us. We could direct our offer to franchise holders or to local suppliers so that together we can maximize the effect resulting from the full production, distribution, and selling chain to the end customers. And on the other hand, we will have full control over the fuel that will either, in some cases, will be led to the grid. In others, it will be designed directly to reach the final consumers. So these are the products that we not only want to, but we actually do focus on today, the ones that we've been implementing. And we certainly hope that LOTOS in the months to come and in the years to come will prove that it can deliver investment projects, as we have been showing this year, that we've shifted from the era of talking about projects to actually implementing them, implementing considerable big and medium-sized projects, investment projects that in the end will contribute to building the efficiency and the value of the LOTOS Capital Group. Thank you very much for those new fragments of the hydrogen strategy of the LOTOS Group. We certainly hope that these new projects will be running smoothly, smoother than pure H2, although their scale is far greater. And, Mr. President, we certainly hope that next year LOTOS will be able to sponsor the 5th edition of our conference next year too, to which I already invite you to.